Week 1, Lesson 2, Egyptian Hieroglyphs and Paintings. Some of the most famous examples of using pictures to communicate were of Egyptian hieroglyphics. Dating back to approximately 3200 BC, Egyptian hieroglyphics were used as a primary form of written communication, and were in use until around 400 AD. Then the Christian Church considered them a heretical influence from a backward society and banned them. The language of hieroglyphics became lost over the centuries since then. For a time, many people wondered if they were an alphabet or simple scribbled drawings on the walls. It is only during the Napoleonic Wars, when Napoleon's troops found the Rosetta Stone, that hieroglyphs were able to be decoded and read. Many surviving hieroglyphics were carved onto walls in tombs and other buildings. They were also drawn on papyrus, an early form of paper. But each hieroglyph was detailed and time-consuming to create. However, for the most part, hieroglyphs were used as an Egyptian alphabet. They didn't stand alone as drawings. The individual pictures were letters that combined to tell a story. So, technically, they were pictures used to tell a story, but they were also an alphabet. Questions to contemplate. How are the Egyptian hieroglyphics different from our alphabet? But Egyptian art wasn't just limited to their alphabet. The Egyptians did a lot of painting, creating lots of paintings and sculptures. However, they've done something that very few cultures did before them. They combined their words and pictures in the same space. We have the pictures and we have the words around them, giving them context. Many of the paintings depict boats or their mythology, their gods, who were humans with animal heads. More animal-human hybrids, like we saw in the cave or the rock paintings. There was symbolism in these paintings. Pharaohs were the largest figures in the paintings compared to those around them. Men were painted red, women and indoor workers were depicted with the color yellow. Egyptian paintings seemed two-dimensional. This seemed to be because they wanted to show each of the body's clearest attributes without exaggerating any one part. Two-dimensional art seemed to be the best way to do this, as shown in this video.
It seems that rather than exaggerating parts of the body, Egyptian artists chose to show each part from its clearest angle.
To understand exactly what that means, let's take the body parts one by one. Suppose they want to make a painting or a wall carving of me. Well, starting with the chest, they'd want to show that front on to emphasize its characteristic V shape. But my face would be seen more clearly in profile, like so. And to make the image less complicated, they'd want me to be two-dimensional. But it doesn't stop there. Even though my chest is being shown front on, my arms can still be put together if it shows more clearly what they're doing. Showing the left hand as different from the right hand was just unnecessary. They preferred to show them palms outwards and all the fingers a nice uniform length. What's more, seen from straight on, legs and feet aren't very distinctive, so they'd be shown sideways too. Last but not least, my head. Because however clear my face might be in profile, my eyes would be seen from straight on.
I think we can safely say that this is an unrealistic image of the body.
All the aspects you saw me turn into earlier. Fix that in your mind. Okay? Now, come along with me.
The image of the body I just asked you to fix in your head was carved in about 1900 BC.
Where I am now was built a full 700 years later. Over 50 million Egyptians had lived and died, And in all that period, just look, the way they depicted the human body hasn't changed a bit.
And that's just what you see here. But in fact, the Egyptian style didn't just last 700 years, it lasted 3,000. And in all that time, this was the only image of the body that anyone ever saw.
This made every body part clear. As we can see, these aren't realistic drawings of people. This style lasted for about 3,000 years and was a dominant form of art in Egypt during that time. Many Egyptian paintings also depict warriors on chariots and scenes of battle. The Egyptians usually seem victorious in these scenes. Like cave paintings, there were many paintings about hunting as well, but unlike cave paintings, pictures of farming and fishing were common. Some figures overlapped, but there was also no horizon. Some paintings were divided by a line showing a different scene or location. This probably wasn't used to create a narrative. Egyptian society was a prototype for Western society, and their art has influenced ours, even some of today's. Questions to contemplate. Carving their pictures and alphabets into walls was incredibly time-consuming. The time of the workers could have arguably been used better elsewhere. So, why did the Egyptians put so much effort into their art? What does it say about their culture?